Yeah, good job. You're getting it. You're getting it.
Mission Kyle, I'm so tired, man.
Hello and welcome, Exiles. Today is an interesting day because you see I'm in a kind of a wooded area. My wife and I actually just bought this property, which is about half an acre. It's basically covered in mostly a lot of small trees. There's a few bigger size ones that'll be more difficult to take out, but I'm going to be embarking on the process of basically clearing the land and building our next house, hopefully with some amount of skill or some amount of workmanship. I've spent a decent amount of my life doing handyman type work, plumbing, electrical, framing, stuff like that. So I have a decent amount of an idea what I'm doing, but there's also stuff that's all going to be completely new to me. Depending on what I get quoted for pouring the foundation, I might look into methods of doing it myself, stuff like that. I am kind of a cheapskate, generally speaking, and if I get quoted some ridiculous prices, that's going to motivate me to want to end up doing it myself. I'm not sure how many posts I'll do about this, about my process, but I decided I got a GoPro for my birthday. I might as well record some of it and see if you guys like an occasional episode of me just basically land clearing, and then other things we'll do like digging out the space for the foundation, putting in framing, putting in the electrical, doing the plumbing, doing all those sorts of things, tiling, flooring, stuff like that. And then maybe you guys will like watching it, maybe you won't, I don't know. I figured I would just start recording this stuff and then see what you guys think. So this first episode is basically just going to be a lot of me cutting down trees and clearing the property because it's kind of wooded right now. It's going to be hard to have a house if there's a bunch of trees where your house needs to be, right? Real quick, I'm going to cut this into the video because I only recorded with the GoPro basically the first day, and then after that I had trouble with charging it until I bought a special GoPro battery charger. So for the sake of the video, not necessarily the sake of the video, I just took basically pictures of progress I made each day while I was clearing the property and say, hey, after day one, this is what the property looked like. And I'm not including all those photos, but I just wanted to go through some of them to give you guys an idea of what the property looked like before I started land clearing. There was basically a lot of overgrown brush and trees and vines and a whole bunch of stuff like that, just everywhere. And the first part of the process for me was clearing out all the brushes and all the vines. I wanted to do that before I start chopping down trees, so that way when I go to chop down the trees, I can cut up the trees without having a bunch of stuff in the way, and it makes access to the trees themselves much more feasible, because a lot of these trees were covered in thorn bushes or whatever it was. As you can see, there's just a bunch of various foliage, yada yada yada. And so this is kind of just a few different pictures of progress. This was a pretty big jump between here and here of like maybe 3 or 4 days of work. This stuff was very, very thick, separating us from those hedges. But that hopefully gives you an idea of what, I guess, the difference in that sort of thing looked like in before and after with all of the different brush we've been clearing out. So this really overall, over the course of clearing out all the brush, I think took me around 2.5 to 3 weeks. There was a turtle I found. I named him Frank. I tried to relocate him to the other uncleared property, so hopefully he's doing well. I also found his wife. I called her Barb, I think, and I relocated her as well, but I didn't take a picture of her. And then, yeah, so that's what the property looked like after I went through and cleared out most of the brush, which will lead you to these next video clips, which is going to be me cutting down trees pretty much. And actually, while I was transferring over these photos from my phone, I found some other photos that I wanted to show you guys, which is Lance looking pretty cute and baby Charlotte looking pretty cute. But other than that, on to the rest of the video, which is going to be me cutting down trees. Enjoy.
I think it's starting to tilt a little bit. It's going. It's going. Go the other way. You're getting it. You're getting it.
Mission accomplished. I'm so tired, man. I'm gonna find out if that charged at all. We're close. Maybe this last little juice will get it.
If it goes a minute, I'd say it will, but I'm going to guess it's going to go 30 seconds.
Might be enough. The thing is, if it goes 30 seconds, maybe it's just enough that I can wedge it down.
Okay, okay.
We have that big metal wedge, you know?
Right, yep.
Maybe it'll be just enough that wedge will finish it.
Okay.
We got 2 seconds. Let me see if wedge will work.
Yeah. Is it bending the tree, Eddie?
What's that?
Is it bending the tree?
I don't know. It's only a plastic wedge. How much can it do?
Does it got that good wood blade on it?
Yeah.
I think it'll work.
Will be an issue if the blade can't get far enough in, do you think?
I think if you get on one side, that would cause it to bias this direction. I don't. It's tilting, Nathaniel. I think it's tipping. I thought I saw it tipping. I thought it might be going the wrong way, but I'm not sure.
The wrong way?
Maybe. I thought I saw it move.
Which way?
I thought it started coming this way, but I'm not sure. I could have been seeing things.
Should I start cutting on this side?
Maybe a little. Don't get it stuck.
Means it's going the right way.
What?
It means it's going that way, right?
Yeah. Is it stuck?
It's starting to stick.
Get it out of there.
I have another blade.
Okay. I think it's going.
It's going? Yeah.
Ah. Good job.
We win. We win.
You cut it down with the Sawzall. Kind of.
Glorious.
That's what you call advanced lumberjacking.
Advanced lumberjacking, something
Good
like
job.
that. Oh, I try to record, show how much of that tree was left. That is the amount of material that was holding that tree from falling. Just like 10% of it or something, like
I would say that's about
5%.
5%, maybe
Yeah,
6.
It's crazy how strong trees are.
Maybe 6.
Yeah,
Good job.
we got it though.
Good job. Good job. Yeah, good job.
Mission accomplished.
I'm glad you thought of the Sawzall.
I completely forgot I had it, and then I just, as I'm hammering away, I'm like, oh yeah, I have a Sawzall, maybe.
Well, yeah, you cut just enough. I don't know how much you cut with the Sawzall, but you obviously cut enough.
We are closing in on what will be the end of episode 1 of Man Builds a Home. And right now, there's still a few trees left, mostly just the ones at the front I've been saving to make sure I can do them safely after I've had more experience with dropping the trees that basically have no chance of hitting anything. Because these trees, there's a chance they go into the street. And so I want to make sure when I go to do them, I do them in a good way that doesn't put them in the street / I get an extra person to make sure no cars are driving and get it off the lumber off the street as quickly as possible, sort of situation. Today I basically just went around cutting a lot more trees. I didn't record it, but it was a lot more of the same of, I'm not exactly a professional lumberjack, but I'm just getting it done. Just wanted to give you guys a walk around what the property looks like. This is some random trash that I found throughout the time of basically ripping out all the overgrown weeds and everything like that. This is the start of the fourth week, I want to say, me working on the property. I have been doing okay at getting stuff done, but not great. That tree right there, I don't want to go too close to, because I started cutting that one down and it went the other way. It caught my chainsaw blade and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get away from this thing. And wind has been blowing it back and forth, and it blew it enough that way that I was able to get my chainsaw blade out. But I think it's so close to falling down, I'm just gonna let it be. I'll come here tomorrow and the wind will have blown it down, I think. There's no way this tree hits anything, so I just kind of want to leave it for the time being, just let it fall down overnight is what I'm thinking. And then there's a lot more trees I had cut down near it. That's pretty much where my property line ends. You can see the trees behind that first one there. That's kind of where the property line is. So I might leave those trees, I'm not 100% sure yet, just to have like a little divider space with a little bit more privacy between whenever the person who has that property or buys that property decides to build or whatever. But yeah, this first episode is just kind of about land clearing. The next episode will probably be pertaining to stuff to do with like septic well, putting in the foundation, stuff like that. So I'm not sure how often I'll have episodes of this and how often I'll upload it and whatnot, but I just wanted to give you guys basically a progress type series of me working through building our next house. And this is the first part of that process, which is getting the land cleared. It was so overgrown with weeds, bushes, small trees, thorn bushes, vines, all sorts of random crap. And being as out of shape as I was when I started working, it was pretty rough in the 90 to 100 degree weather, but luckily it's gotten a little bit cooler and I'm getting a little bit in better shape as we go. So hopefully I can start getting more done each day. Anyways, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this first episode. Just let me know in the comments if you liked it or not. Anyways, take care, Exiles. I'll see you later.